So I got into real estate. I was in property management, and about 5 years ago, I just got really sick of it. I've been in property management for like 10 years. I love dealing with people, but I wasn't getting the support from the higher up that I needed to make sure that I take care of the people. I just got really fed up with it. And actually, it's a funny story. I just started walking out. I was a manager at Loudon Station, where Pearson Smith Realty, who I work with right now. And I just was so fed up. I just started walking out, and I just like seriously, and I was just like cursing and just walking out, and I was frustrated, and I had no idea. And I just walked into a building, and I just pressed the elevator, and I went to the third floor, and I saw Pearson Smith Realty over there. Had no idea I saw that it's a realty. So I just walked in and I said, "What is this about?" And they're like, "Oh, this is a realty." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Well, is there anyone that can talk to you?" He said, "Well, Eric is available." I was like, "Who's that?" He said, "Eric Pearson. He's the, he's the head, he's the CEO, you know." I was like, "He has time for me?" He said, "Oh, he'll make time for you." So that was the first good thing. So then I went, I met up with him. Like within 5 minutes, he's like, "Dude, whatever you're doing, you need to get your license. You need to come in over here. I think you'll be great." So sure enough, I just next day, I just quit
Yeah.
my job next day. No given notice. I know it's really bad, but I was just so fed up with it, and got my license within the next 2 months after that, and actually closed my first deal within the first 3 months.
What?
And yeah,
That's awesome.
so which is pretty amazing, because like my parents were like, "Don't do it. No one's gonna buy a home from you. It's
Aw.
gonna, it was like, it's like they care." So they said that. They're like, at the same time, it was like my wife was the only one that was supporting me. She's like, "No, you got the personality. You need to
Yeah.
do it. You need to do it."
Yeah.
So
Aw,
that's
good.
kind of how it all came about.
That's
So
awesome. And then in terms of, okay, so within 3 months, you got your first.
within 3 months, I got my first deal. I've been with Pearson for the past 5 years. I have closed roughly about 54 million, which is not bad, which is pretty good. I mean, I am proud of those numbers.
Did you tell your parents?
Oh yeah, yeah. My parents are totally fine. They get an allowance from me now, so they're happy
So I
now.
didn't listen to you, Mom
Yeah,
and Dad?
she's like, "I can't believe it. I didn't know." I was like, "Yeah, it just takes time, You
Yeah.
just you have to trust the process. That's what it is. It's like, and I just had it in me that I knew that I could do this well.
Yeah.
So I really love, like, it's not a front. Like, I really do like helping people. I'm a people's person. So like for me, it's just like I get a huge kick out of like helping people with their biggest investment of their life, for them to trust me on it. Like, I just get a kick out of that. So.
What's something that you wish more people knew about the whole process of buying or selling your home?
How that listen to your agent. Like, they really need to understand the process of what goes into it. Like, like a lot of people think that, oh, that they bought the house for 200,000, why am I paying 700,000? Like, I hear this all the time.
It does suck.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, they bought it 25 years ago. And yes, they did buy at that. And look what they did to the house. And look at the value, like the market.
Yeah.
So people have a really hard time. It's about educating the people, right? So what I try to do is I'm pretty upfront. Like, I'll tell the people, like, okay, this is how it is. Like, just, like, we need to make sure that we stick with this. Like, I laid all out for them in the beginning. So then they can't say, "Well, you didn't tell me this, you didn't tell me that." So,
Yeah.
it's all laid out for them. So communication is a huge part of that.
So trust your agent, and hopefully your agent's really good with communication.
Exactly. Like, I over communicate.
Yeah.
So I could get a little annoying, because I'm like, because I try to anticipate their needs without them having to ask me,
Which is amazing. I think being proactive
know.
as a service provider is one of the most important things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because I always say this to my team. If our clients have to come to us and ask us a question about anything in the process, we didn't do our job.
Exactly.
They should have never had that question, because we
Exactly.
educated them up front. So that's awesome that
Exactly.
you're doing that.
So I do that. And that's one thing. If you go and look at my reviews, like, all of them will say, "Oh, the guy, the phone doesn't even ring and he picks it up." Like, it's like almost he's waiting for us to call him. So, like, it's that
love
kind of
that.
thing. Because the thing about it is, this my background. I was in before real estate, before even property management. I worked for Ritz-Carlton, so I learned a lot from
Give them
them,
that
right?
golden touch,
So
yeah.
just that service aspect of it, that personalized service, and I kind of took that into my next venture, which was the property management, which really helped me. But I see there's a huge disconnect between real estate and that customer service. Like I feel like sometimes people, there's a little bit of a gap in between. So what I try to do is I try to take that same concept from the Ritz-Carlton, whatever I learned about providing personal service, and I apply it to my real estate business. And I would say that, you know, people like that. It just feels like more of a personalized service, and it's just small things
Yeah.
that you do.
So basically, we need to recruit from Ritz-Carlton or get trained there first.
Well, the training is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
So
no, that's awesome. Okay, so in terms of marketing and growing your business, what's been your three? Because I already know one of them is going to be word of mouth. What's
yeah.
been your top three ways of acquiring new clients?
So one of the ways is of course word of mouth. The second is open house. I have a very I build rapport really fast with people once I meet them. So it's like a
I can
face to
tell.
face. Oh, okay. It's a face to face thing. Like
Yeah.
if I see face to face, they like. I'm not showing off, but I'm just saying, like within 15 seconds, they know that they can trust me and we build it. So, the reason I'm telling you that is because my average for closing on open house is pretty good. So like if I did like last year, this year I didn't do too many open house. It was just a weird market this year. But last year, like if I did like 10 open house, I closed 7 deals from it.
Nice.
So, you know, so it's pretty good. I mean, like, you know, so I think that that's my strong suit. So I want to next year double down on that and, you know, try to get more clients from there.
And you know, I think that's amazing that you know the activities you need to take.
Yeah.
That's going to lead you to success. That way you can double down on those activities. You know that as soon as people get in front of you and already have that in their head
Yeah.
that they want to buy soon, you know that you're going to.
I know I'm gonna win it. Like
Yeah.
it's not even about confidence. Like it's just the way you come across. Because my business is all built on honesty and integrity. Like I don't care if I'm gonna lose a deal. If I go in there and I see something that is not good for them, I speak out. I don't care about losing my deal. I don't look at the money. I don't look at any of that. Of course, I need the money. I need to support my family. I don't want to step on my toes every time. But if I feel like I need to speak up and tell them, because I've had where clients are like, "Oh my God, this house is perfect. I love this house." I was like, "Yeah, but did you see that? Did you see
you see
that?
the
Did you
mold
see
in the
that?
corner?"
Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you smell the mold? Like like all this stuff. Like, and then they're like, "Oh my God, you really? Like, don't you want to sell us the house?" I was like, "Yeah, but I want to sell you a house where you can, later on be like, oh my God, that was our agent. He did such a good." I don't want to have that thought where you're just like cursing me every time you think of me. So like
It's a pretty good policy.
I mean, just be straight up, and honestly, it works really well because when you're honest with people, you have nothing to be feared.
You don't have to worry about seeing
I
in the
don't
grocery
care.
store.
Yeah, exactly. Like so that's kind of it. And then the third thing I just started, which I'm really excited about, but it hasn't done anything for me yet because it's a long process. It's YouTube. So I just started YouTube.
Smart man.
Yeah, because I know that YouTube is the second largest. I mean, you hear it all the time. You know that, and Instagram and all those things are okay, but they never really did anything for me, to be honest with you, except me just posting like things about my sales and stuff like that, or even to educate people, because it comes and it goes.
Yeah.
It's gone. But YouTube, it could be evergreen. But again, I just started. I'm struggling with it. Like I'm being consistent with it, but it's a tough process because
I'm happy to give you tips if you want.
Excellent.
I'll look
Yes.
at your channel.
Please
for
do
you
it.
to-
Please. I'm looking for someone to give me tips because I suck at it right now because I just started doing videos, and I'm terrible at it. I'm not getting many views. But the thing about it is this: I'm going to give it a year.
Yeah, smart.
Because if I start saying, well, I didn't get a client, like I'm not expecting anything right now.
Yeah.
I'm just putting in the work and we'll see how it goes.
See, I've been preaching YouTube for agents for about 7 years now to agents. I used to teach workshops and classes and did social media content all about it. But it's not just until I think the last year or 2 years that some of the big coaches have now been like, oh, y'all should be doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So now a lot more agents are getting on it, which makes my heart happy.
Yeah,
'cause-
exactly. Exactly. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
but there's been a couple agents around here that have done really well from YouTube. So,
I've heard.
and they're nice to like share stuff. So like I reached out to them. Like one guy I'm meeting next, I was like, hey, I'll take you to kebabs, man. That's always my yeah, that is always my like bribing point. Like I always tell people, hey, you want to eat? You like kebabs? Like, yeah, I love kebabs. Okay, let's go to Dulles Kebab. It's really good kebab. So that's kind of where I take agents and learn stuff.
Yeah.
So feed them
Look at
kebabs
that.
and learn.
You just give them kebabs and they give
I
you
give
all
them
the
kebabs and they
knowledge.
give me all the information. So, I mean,
Secret tip, y'all.
well, it pays to be nice. Like it's if you're a nice person and you really like that's the thing about me. Like I want to learn so much in this industry. Like I could have done things much better. Like I feel like I should have, I should have been more organized. Like there's things that I struggle with personally. It's not and real estate is tough, but I feel like, like if I could go back and change some of those things, it would be great. But then at the same time, it's just like everything is an experience.
Yeah,
So
it's part of the journey.
You learn from it.
You learn.
So.
Okay, and before we wrap things up, tell me one tip that you would give to a small business owner, whether it's an agent or any other business owner, about how to grow a sustainable business, meaning like that's going to last more than 5 years.
So the first thing I would say is, and this advice goes for myself before anyone, is consistency. Is you have to be consistent to see results. It's like they say, if you put enough time into any activity, you could be a master at it. Put 10,000 hours into learning a skill, you'll be master at it. I'm trying to improve my skill, so I'll get back to your point. But excuse me, I just got my drone license, so Part 107. I just got it was a super tough test, so I got it because I want to. I just want to make better videos. Like I want to improve my skills. Like I have a long way to go, but I just want to improve my skills. So the reason I'm telling you that is because consistency and improving skills. Because in this ever-changing market where AI is like everything, you have to adapt to these new technologies and go with it. Like I'll be honest with you, I suck at writing like scripts and stuff. I'm not. This is what stopped me from doing YouTube for years. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I was never good in. I always use this. English is my second language, that crap. I've been here for like 20, 25, 35 years, right? But I'll always say that as a joke. But the thing about it is this: if you do anything like with honest and integrity, and you want the best for other people, you have good intentions. Yeah. Like I just don't see anybody failing.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, ChatGPT now can do all that for you.
I do it.
Writing. I was gonna say, just don't say write it as a script. Say write it as a blog post.
Oh,
because if you say write it as a script, they start putting in like second
Okay,
scenes.
can we have a meeting? Like, can I buy you kebabs?
I love kebabs.
Let's go. I'm for real. Seriously.
It have to be halal though.
It's halal. I only eat halal. Okay. Yeah. We'll. No, I'm serious though. You seem like you know a lot about this, so maybe you can teach me some stuff.
In exchange for kebabs.
In exchange for kebabs. That's always the exchange.
Continue though. If you do anything with transparent or with
honesty, just being transparent with people, just doing doing the, excuse my language, shit work that you have to do, right? What is that? Making calls. Nobody likes to make calls, right? Doing these things, but the reason that you've got to have a clear plan on what you want to do. So like honestly, that's one thing I regret. I was all over the place. So my advice is stay focused. Pick one thing, pick 3 things that you're going to do in your real estate business or whatever you do, and just stick with it. Because I promise you, if you're consistent, you will get reward for it. It's just a matter of time, and I hear this with YouTube all around. Like it takes time for you to be found. Like I'll be honest with you, for all the hard work I put into YouTube, scripting, this, that, spending money on editing, first learning editing myself, everything, like all these little services that I'm paying money for, like it's all an investment right now, right? Yeah. But the thing about it is this: I refuse to think that it's not going to work. That's my thinking in towards everything. Like I just go full force. I just go hardcore. So sorry, this is making it too long, but just make sure you stay focused and work hard and be consistent. And these are the 3. And be honest. Like honesty goes far. Like if you think you're just trying to make an extra dollar from someone, but you know that you're doing them wrong, like you should not. You should just take a step back And again, I'm not trying to bring God into this, but I am very much of a kind of a religious person where I know that if I do something wrong, I can't sleep at night. So if I
You're like her.
yeah, if I do you wrong, like I won't be able to sleep tonight. Like
Yeah.
that's not like me saying, "Oh, I'm just such a nice guy." No, no, no.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. So
Yeah.
so just be honest, like, and it'll get you far, and that's about it.
I love it. It's the best advice ever. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.